Hey científicos, happy middle of the week. ¿Cómo están? How are all of you? Muy interesante, very interesting. Some are still having a good week like me, and some aren't. I wonder if some of you are just ready to start your learning. Well, let's get to it. This week we've been learning about different habitats. Were any of you able to observe any habitats outside of your home again? Muy bien. What did you see? How cool. It sounds like a lot of you saw some plants and insects. And that's perfect because I thought we could learn more about habitats by studying the plants that live in them. I really want to answer the question, how do habitats help living things meet their needs? We learned a lot yesterday by studying monarchs, and now we know that if your habitat doesn't meet your needs, you can migrate to a new one. For butterflies, the weather up north is just too cold. Now, let's shift a bit. Do you remember the images of habitats that we observed at the beginning of the week? Okay, great. I hope you like them because we're going to be observing them again. We're going to see what we notice about each one and try to describe them, just like we did earlier, but this time we'll be taking some notes because I really want us to learn about them. I will also share some research that I found about each one. Do you think we should set up our notebooks for note-taking? Great. You are such wonderful prepared scientists. Go ahead and grab your notebooks and something to write with. All right. Muy bien. I have mine now. Let's start with today's date and page number. Yours might be different than mine, and that's totally okay. Today's February 24th. February 24th, 21. And this is page 20. What should our title be for today? Well, we're talking about plants and habitats, so maybe plant habitats? You like it? Okay, let's copy that down. Make that green. Plant T habitat. Plant habitats. All right, so good job, scientists. Now we already have a title on our page, but I want us to write subtitles, okay? So let's go ahead. Oh, some of you don't know what subtitles are. Well, they are words that act as smaller titles, and they tell you what the words underneath will be about. You'll see. The subtitles are still related to the title, though. For instance, if my title is dogs, I would have subtitles like puppies, potty training, walking, and things like that. My subtitles go with my title. For a title like dogs, I would not have subtitles or information about cats or birds. So all of our subtitles today will be related to plant habitats. In order to survive, all living things need water, food, air, a defense, and now we're learning about habitats. We know that they also need a place that provides those resources or needs. So the subtitles we will be writing are sand dunes, wetlands, oak woodlands, and Pacific Ocean. These are only a couple of the types of habitats that are in San Francisco. There are many, many more. So let's go ahead and write those 4 subtitles together. Since we're taking notes, we'll have to space them apart. So if you have bigger writing, you can also use 2 pieces of paper instead of just 1, like me. So I said sand dunes. And I'm not gonna put the next one right underneath. I'm gonna leave some space, and maybe I'll put it over here. Again, leaving some space. And leaving a little bit of space. Sand dunes, wetlands, oak woodlands, and Pacific Ocean. Bueno, buenísimo trabajo. Great job. Well, get your sense of sight ready, scientists, because we're gonna check out the sand dunes in Fort Funston. What did you notice? Yes, I saw the sand and the green plants. They sort of creep low on the ground, don't they? I wonder how though. Sand is really dry and I don't know how something can grow in it. Let me remember my research. Yeah, okay. The plants here are either succulents or plants with waxy leaves, like the dune strawberry. I read that it has waxy leaves to keep the moisture locked in. So these plants are also good at resisting the harsh conditions like wind and sand. Which of that should we put in our notes? Ooh, I like how that sounds. Yeah, plants have waxy leaves or are succulents. Great sentence, let's write it down. And plants have, oops, make that an E, waxy leaves or are succulents. All right. When I was doing my research, I also noticed that the birds that lived in the dune was a similar color to the sand. They were really hard to see. They were camouflaged. I almost forgot about that defense. Maybe we should write that animals camouflage in the sand. I think that'd be a great note. So plants have waxy leaves or succulents. Animals can camouflage in the sand. Remember, camouflage means hard to see because it's the same color. Animals can camouflage in the sand. Right. Great job, scientists. We should move on to our next habitat, wetlands. All right, let me remember. Oh yes, there are two kinds of wetlands, freshwater and saltwater. The ocean water overflows into saltwater wetlands, while freshwater wetlands don't get that extra water. Let's write that note, freshwater and saltwater. Now I'm gonna use orange to match with that. Wetlands, fresh water, and salt water. And this one's from the ocean. All right. You know what I almost forgot to have us do? Observe the wetlands again. So let's take a moment to make an observation and maybe we can add something to our notes. What should we add? See, we should add that it looks very grassy. Maybe we can write lots of grass? I think that'll work. Let's see, lots of grass. Oops, I forgot the G. Oops, and I only put the R. G-R-A-S, grass. Ooh, glad I can make mistakes with you scientists. All right, so I was reading that San Francisco had lost all of its saltwater wetlands, but some have been restored. That means brought back. There's one in the Bayview and one in the Presidio, and I suggest you search for them on your browser. Scientists, we might have to stop our note-taking for today. I just realized we're running out of time, but we can continue this on Friday. Let me quickly tell you what we'll be doing tomorrow. I have invited a special scientist to talk to us about habitats. He lives in San Francisco and takes care of a community garden with other scientists. I can't wait for all of you to meet him. So please enjoy the rest of the show and we'll see each other mañana.